This is very much not a how-to video. There are much better videos online, but this is just what I'm doing for my attempted project. And I will link the one that I found that explains it much better that I just watched before I did this, and that is more of a how-to video. This is the part 2 of the attempt at fixing the Blazer ignition. As part of that, I bought the kit that this now has the springs, the 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of little lock bits that go down in that slot. I'm going to attempt to see if I can recode that to the key. Alright, let's see if I can follow the instructions I watched on that video. First, I'm trying to make sure which side is which on the key and just to get it right, and then, alright, let's just... You take them out. Basically, there's 4 different depths, 1 through 4, and depending on what depth in which spot on your key, that's the one you have to pull out and use. And I got it wrong the first time, so that's why they say test it before you crimp it on. So this is the version of where I did it wrong. I didn't bother recording the exact same thing or the pain and suffering to try and knock those little pins back out. Without losing any of the springs and such. Yeah, it's... Make sure you're in a zero wind environment, which luckily I didn't have fans running, and you can... you've already cleaned the floor and everything, so you can find the little tiny springs when they fall. Because if you're like me, that stuff's going to fall. And here I decided, alright, I'm going to get them... There's the springs. So I already attempted to get the stuff in. I did have to try and find the tweezers, then realized I need to get closer to that because I can't see because I'm old and blind. And then even the tweezers, if you ever tried to use tweezers to hold tiny springs, it's not recommended because just the act of squeezing the springs, if you go a little bit too tight, causes them to go ploing, and I didn't do that, but there I had found one, and I had to go get it off the floor. I'm hoping after this I can go back to projects that don't suck. I think I got all those lined up in there, the little pieces, and then the little springs that go in, and boy are those a pain. And then the next thing that you're supposed to do, which I have to attempt, is before you put it in for good, you take the little top cover, hold it down upside down, and see if it works. The problem is all my original keys are fairly worn out, so... Alright, after the second round of fixing the stuff, it's time to test the keys. So you carefully hold the little metal plate on top and then figure out how that's... I'm comparing the 2 cylinders. The other thing I had to do is I had to go get the Blazer and take the thing apart so I could compare how it's supposed to work, and that's how I knew I had to do it over again. But it worked. Alright, for better or worse, I got it in. I had to do it twice because the first time when I did it, I didn't get the positioning quite right. And when you watch the video that I reference, you'll see what I'm talking about. So the goal when you put the key the whole way in is that little bar will drop down when the key is completely seated. So if I'm pushing the key in, see how it dropped down? And I pull it out and it comes back up. If you don't have the numbers right, it won't do that when it's completely seated. And I had it slightly off, so it was 1 tooth out, and so I had to adjust it, so that works. So yay, I actually got that recoded, and it's back to the original key, so that's awesome. Alright, and here, since I don't have someone to help, I'm attempting to hold it and then just dent the stuff in on the side, and I'm hoping I got it right. Alright, it went back in. Push the key in. It turns and does its thing. And it doesn't come out, and that's the original key, so yay. Now, of course, I got to put everything back together. And we have the old key, and we stick it in the steering wheel. And it works in there too. And comes out. So, that was annoying, but not as bad as it could have been. I now have this rekeyed back to the original factory key. Now granted, I've noticed that the original keys are completely worn, so I need to get some new keys from the dealer, but that's okay. I can do that. At least now I just have one key again on here, and this ignition piece doesn't come out, so it's more stable. So I'm really hoping the weird stuff I was seeing after I took that off and put that back in for the previous video, I'm really hoping the weirdness goes away, because that would be nice. I doubt it's going to happen, but we'll see. Because before it was not shifting correctly, which nothing I was doing here should have done that. And yeah, and the ABS light was on. Nothing I did should have done that. The good news is the keys are all changed, so now I can take it somewhere and there won't need to be a locksmith portion of whatever the heck's going on for the diagnosing. It should be just figure out and fix. So, yay.